everyone, this is Angie at StampingWithAmore. Welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and the bell for notifications each time I upload a new video. So we're getting close to that 30,000 mark, and when we do, I'm going to do a giveaway. So be sure to subscribe and then hit the bell for notifications when I upload a new video. All right, everyone, so today I am sharing this Christmas card. I love how it turned out. Of course, I love buffalo check, so that's probably why I love this, and it's everywhere right now, so I thought this would be a really appropriate card. So this is what I'm going to share, so let's go ahead and get started. There is a lot of embossing. There's regular dry embossing, and then we're going to emboss with our embossing powder. So it's really a fun one. I even put some little clear dots here. I thought it really added to it. It gives it just a little bit of sparkle. All right, so for this you'll need a regular card base, 5.5 by 4 1/4. This is Whisper White. Then you need another piece that's I cut this at 4.5 by 5.5, and this is just to stamp the buffalo check. And then you'll need some scrap Coastal Cabana for the trees that we're going to stamp and the little piece that we're going to cut out. And we are going to also cut out the background for the piece. And then this is for our little sentiment that says on Earth. And the stamp sets that I'm using is, of course, the buffalo check. And we're going to use also the Peace and Joy. We're using the bundle on this because we're using these little sentiment here. And then we're using the Joy dies that go with it. So we're using the piece, though, on the Joy dies. And then I'm using for the tree, I'm using this tree right here out of the Perfectly Plaid, which I used in another video on Sunday. If you didn't see my little bear, you need to go check him out. He's really cute. I'll link it in the video here. But here's the little Perfectly Plaid that I used for that one. All right, so what we're going to do first is I have my stamp apparatus. We are going to stamp our buffalo check, and I like to use this on the big background stamps just in case I don't get them perfectly on there. So I am going to, let's see, make sure this is lined up. It doesn't have to be perfect, but because we're going to just cut out of it, and I'm going to, well, I can't set that down, so we're going to just go for it this way. I'm going to use my basic black Memento ink here. Make sure you ink it up really good, and this is a fresh Memento black, so it's going to ink it up really good. You can also do this without the stamp apparatus and just ink it up and then place your paper on top, and you got to be very careful with that. I'm going to scoot this over a hair more, so once I get it down, it is there. And then you just rub it here. And I got this tip from someone to use one of these little Swiffers, and it helps to move this over your pad really nicely, and you're not struggling. And I really want to get this one good because I want a solid so we can get our circle cut out of it. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, I need to continue. And this is where you can re-ink this and do it again, but I don't have it down perfectly and I don't want to mess it up. There's a few in the middle, so I'm going to do the middle. When it's big like this, you really have to make sure you got it all worked out. And I think it's good because we're gonna, I would re-ink this, but I don't want to take the chance of it messing up, and getting it in the exact same spot, but we can get a good circle out of this, so I'm going to leave it just like that. And I can put this down because it's got our paper on here, and that is going to be what we're going to cut our circle out of. All right, so now what we're going to do next is we're going to stamp the trees, because I only want to bring the cut and emboss up one time. So we're going to use our little embossing buddy first on here, and then we're going to use our Versamark, and we're going to stamp our trees. And you need to do 2 of them. I'm going to do one here and one right next to it. And we're going to punch these out with the tree punch. Now this is, like I said in my last video, this is out of the annual catalog. This was a stamp set that returned from last year. So if you are looking for this one, I love this one. We are going to, this is so pretty embossed on here. So I'm using our white embossing powder. I'm going to grab my heat tool and we are going to emboss it. Okay, so we have them both embossed. Aren't they pretty? And then we are going to punch these out. I'm going to do that one and then this one. Make sure I got that centered. They're so pretty. And then this is for our, we're going to cut out our piece and then we are going to emboss this and then we're going to cut out the other part of the piece, which I have right here. So we're cutting the larger one out of the white and then we're going to cut out the smaller piece and we're going to put those together on there, and we need to cut out our circle right there. Alright, so let's bring up the cut and emboss and get that all done. Now we're going to emboss first the dry emboss because we're going to do the front of our card. And this one that I'm using, the embossing folder, is the Tasteful Textures. It's really pretty. So we are going to emboss this first, and to emboss this on the cut and emboss, make sure I just get it to the edge there. You just need your one plate, and then you put down your embossing folder, and then your number 4. And then I'm going to run that through. And we have our front embossed. So we're done with that, so we can put this one away. And we're going to bring in the 1, the 2, and the 3, 2 3s. And we are going to, first we're going to do the 2 piece here, and then we'll do the circle, because we won't have enough room to do them all at once. And I will use the rest of that for something else. So here's our circle. Let's get this little piece out. And we'll attach it to the little background. I'm just going to use some wet glue here. Be really careful with this because I have the little glue, but I prefer this, so it's just easier for me. I just have to be very careful not to overdo it and just to press really lightly on the glue so that it doesn't go all over. So we're going to put that on here. Just like that. And then let's go ahead and stamp our piece on earth, and we'll have everything all stamped and ready to go. Gonna make sure I ink that up really good. And I'm just gonna cut around that by hand. So we'll just cut that out and then we'll be ready to put it all together. Everything is ready to go. I'm cutting really close to the black too on this one. Alright, let's bring our card base back in. We're going to adhere our buffalo check stitch circle on here. You want to center it. It'll line up my plaid going the right way. And then we're going to take our 2 trees and we are going to put one on with wet glue. I'm going to place that about right there. I'm going to put dimensionals on the other one. So we're going to just use our regular dimensionals. And we'll put this one here. Let's just pop it up there. And then the ribbon that I'm using is actually a Halloween ribbon, but it's the glittered organdy ribbon. It's got sparkle in it, and I just love that about this. It really added to it, so I'm just going to cut it like this. We're going to put it right here. And that is about 3.5 inches. I am using wet glue on this to keep it down. It's really thin, but it does dry clear. And when I put it down, slide it under there a bit. And I'm going to use this because I don't want it all over my fingers. I got it all over my fingers last time, so I'm just going to use this scrap to hold it down. Scoot over there. Till it, there we go, got sticky enough. And then we're going to put on our piece. Again, I'm using just wet glue. And we're going to set that here. Hold that just a minute till it adheres. But I do love the wet glue. It does take a minute, especially when you have your hands all sticky. And then we're going to do the on earth. And we'll put that just down here. Make sure we got it straight. And then we are going to just add our little clear gems. These are the elegant faceted gems that I'm using. And again, everything, the list, supply list is on my blog at StampingWithAmore.com. And I've been getting a lot of questions lately about where to order, so you can order right from my blog. So we're going to put one here. We're going to do 2 little ones. We're going to put one down here. And then we're going to put another one up towards the top here. And that is it. So there we have it. Isn't that cute? I think it turned out really cute. I love the buffalo check though. So I hope you enjoyed it, everyone. If you need any supplies, like I said, you can shop at StampingWithAmore.com. Have a blessed one, everyone, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you later, everyone. Bye.